Hello, listeners. You're listening to 18 Minutes with Satyal and Silwal. I am Satyal.
And I'm Silwal, and we're a weekly podcast from the Himalayas.
When it's a Tuesday and it's 7:30, you know it's time for perspectives, conversations, and stories.
We're on our 10th episode today, and it feels really, really good to have come this far in a matter of months. We'd like to thank everyone who tuned in to us, who've subscribed, almost 250 subscribers.
And also thank you to the ones who, could listen to us just for 10 seconds and close
just
the tab.
leave them away, right? Today we're not going to take ourselves seriously at all. That's the whole plan. We've been a bit serious in our previous episodes.
And because our guest also ditched us, we will not be taking ourselves seriously. My guest for the show tonight is Silwal, and hopefully I'm his guest too. Am I?
I'm very self-indulgent, so I am my own guest.
It's gonna be 18 minutes with Satyal. How many of you vote for that? Please write to me.
They've already closed the tab. Anyways, on a serious note, I'd like to thank all the people who wrote to us, gave us positive messages on that we're doing a good thing.
One of the feedback that I got was, one of my students told me how she's feeling lonely at times, and I tried to reinforce the fact that we are those two friends for you. That you can always tune to us, you could write to us, and we could probably talk to you as well. You could come onto the podcast. So that is what we're basically trying to do. We're just trying to be those two souls who can connect to you on a weekly basis.
Yeah, that's right. So apart from that, let's talk about experiences.
Yes, because the theme for this week is we talk about experiences.
Yeah. So Satyal, my first question to you is, when was the last time you did something new for the first time?
Wow, man. This is a very spontaneous question. I have not at all prepared for this, in case you're
Stop
wondering.
lying. You already know the answer to it.
I'm just trying to buy some time. This might sound very simple, but I think one thing that stands out for me is the fact that Silwal and I went to Shivapuri on Friday. I don't know if we should be saying that on public.
We should be saying that.
All right.
We went to Green Valley Resort. Shout out to that place. It's a really amazing place. We had a great time there, and we hope...
I think you should go there once. I think it's just 10 kilometers away from the city. It's a good hangout spot for the weekend. So what we did was, there's this waiter who was smiling all the time, and we really appreciated his service, right? Mm-hmm. So normal case ma, we wouldn't even say thank you Allah, because we are all so busy with our lives, but because Silwal and I are those two compassionate souls, and we wanted to say thank you. But when you realize and say thank you matra nabhanu, because he's trying to give us that influence, he's trying to influence a service in some way. Thank you भन्दाखेरि पनि let's try to tell him that तपाईँले गर्दाखेरि हाम्रो जुन एउटा गेटअवे चाहिएको थियो हामीलाई त्यो हामीले अझ पायौँ, so you made it very comforting for us भनेर त्यो इम्प्याक्टलाई चाहिँ I think it should be communicated भनेर मैले त्यो communicate गरेपछि I could see that he felt really happy. So it might be a very small thing, but I think just don't say thank you to people. Try getting into the core of how they've influenced you, and I think that should be a very good gesture.
Yeah, so Satyal is very boring in this aspect. What's his most newest experience, and he goes on to all this philosophical rant about...
Don't judge me, especially the ladies. I don't care about the guys.
For me, all right.
Here comes the fascinating guy with his experiences.
No, before you ask me the same question, or I answer the question that I asked myself to you, I think what we planned was, when we went there, the aura was so nice. I don't know if I should be saying this right now, but we had this idea. Satyal had this brilliant idea of, why not let's have a getaway with all the listeners that we have. Not all of them. I don't think they can.
I don't think we can accommodate 200. I don't think we can accommodate the 10,000s of people who listen to us.
Yeah, right. But why not have a getaway? Maybe this month, maybe at the end of the month, or sometime soon, we have this getaway where 10-15 of us. Let's go there. Let's go to Green Valley Resort. This is not a sponsorship, so don't take this negatively, but we like the place so much. It could be a place where every one of us can meet, hang out, learn from each other.
Yes.
I think that's an idea that was brooding when we were there. So if you guys are interested, tell us.
Who was this brilliant guy who came up with this idea? Was it the same boring Satyal, huh?
Let's see how many of them are interested in it. So I'm just putting it out there. If you're interested, just write to us. Maybe we can go out there.
Yeah, and just don't feel that we've set this plan out so you could just give your names. Think of it as something that you can create on your own. So we're open to recommendations and how we can structure this, right?
Yeah.
So we just want to see if you would be interested to just write to us. All right.
So coming to me now, because I'm very self-indulgent, right? For me, the when was the last time I experienced something new
for the first time? Yes.
I'd never go-karted, so I did go-karting a few months ago. That was the
He
new
does not invite his friend.
And then archery. I think when I did archery, that was a very new experience for me. Imagining myself in place of Mahabharata and throwing those bows and arrows. This might be materialistic things, but that was a new
It's
experience.
rejuvenating your soul, right?
I did something new that I'd never done in my life, and I've done it a few times. I'm not that good at it, but at least I've had fun with it. So for me, it's more these stuffs, not the gratitude.
I want to add something, right? Another thing that I've started doing is on every Thursdays I let go of something. So I let go of this book that was lying on my table. I'd already read it. Fantastic book.
Where did you let it go?
I let it go to a person who was interested
Let
to
it
learn.
go,
Let it go. That person was interested to learn because I just thought it was not adding any value by being there on the table, right?
Okay.
So every Thursday I'm trying to let go of something. I just hope I don't let go of this podcast.
Why not? Why don't you let go of Silwal for a week? Just let him be with someone else.
Okay, so because our idea is to talk about new experiences so that people can relate to it and they start doing something new, right? So how did you feel, man, doing all these things? Is it a conscious choice to do something new for the first time every time?
Yes, because I want to experience those new things that is out there, that's already in the world, and I just want to take a piece of it and be like, all right, at least I tried it. Not in terms of drugs where I want to experience everything, but in terms of things that are good to me, that'll help me broaden my horizon on go-karting. I know how to ride my bike, I know how to ride my car, but go-karting is something fun, which is we did it randomly. So archery was the same with me as well. So I think that is very important. Satyal, what about you when you went into this giving more of a compliment rather than just saying thank you?
It made me feel really good, and I could see that the person felt really good because he felt appreciated, right? And these are small gestures that I just wanted to share so that next time you do something like that, it really helps connect with the person that is helping you get something, right? So I think that's very important. What I want to do right now is, for the first time on this podcast, I actually want to make a live call to one of our friends and ask them how, if they've done something for the first time recently.
I think
So
everyone does new things.
Let's
for
see
the first
how
time.
long of a time they take.
Yeah.
To
This is like Satyal's version of Kaun Banega Crorepati.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Amul Boidya. You're listening to 18 Minutes with Satyal and Silwal, and you're live on air. Yes. And our question to you is, when was the last time you experienced something for the first time?
Sorry. I didn't get you.
When was the last time you did something new for the first time?
Last time, the first time, it was paragliding.
All right. So
And how did that make you feel?
I'm sorry. I'm going to keep listening.
All right, we'll have to let you go. Thank you very much for your answer.
this is a failure, complete failure. Man. Satyal tried to be Amitabh Bachchan from Kaun Banega Crorepati, and this backfired.
But he said paragliding, right? That's
So
amazing. So
that was Amol, by the way, Amol Boidya.
okay, I want to flip the question here. So I want to ask you, when was the last time you wanted to experience something for the first time, but you did not succeed with it, or you did not try at all? You wanted to do it, but you did not try at all or succeed.
I've always been successful in my life.
Silva, please get over yourself. Please
this
tell
is
us
a
when was the
podcast-
last time
This
you
is a
failed.
podcast where we're not taking ourselves seriously in this 10th episode. So I'm not taking myself seriously. If you want that serious answer, you'll probably have to find me on another day when I'm a bit reflective on
Yes, please. If you want to find out, write him a formal email. He'll probably write to you. So there's like no event where you failed.
I don't know, man. I'm a very positive person, optimist person. Even if I fail, I'll be like, okay, I tried.
I learned something.
I
from
learned
it.
something out of it. So I don't think I can probably tell you what it is. But what about you? Because you asked the question, maybe you have an answer for it.
I don't know, man. I'm finding it very hard to answer it. We're these two amazing guys who find it very hard to fail, I
Shut
guess.
up, you're
Seriously. Yeah, I mean, I failed yesterday.
You failed
I mean, it was
yesterday.
not a new experience, but I failed yesterday.
How did you fail
It's a
yesterday?
very personal thing. I don't want to share it.
Do you want me to there?
I'm coming to a new section now because
There. Don't feel sad. Come on.
I want to come to a new section. Satyal and Silwal.
So I just know what happened yesterday. He tried to talk to a girl. That girl said no to him, and that's how he failed.
No, I had 3 girls to talk to. I could not figure which girl to talk to. Anyways, Satyal and Silwal's recommendation of the week, a new segment that we've tried to bring in. What would you recommend to the listeners right now?
For me, it's about traveling. Just travel to a new place. For me, Buraingantha Buraingantha Sivapuri was a good place to go out to. If you've had a hectic week or a hectic month, just go there. You don't have to go to that place, but any place that makes you smile, makes you relax. I think my recommendation would be it's okay to take a break sometimes. If you've really had a busy time and you've not given yourself enough time for yourself, we talk about self-compassion. Just go out there, take a break, get your friends, and
Just have a good time.
have a good time.
Just like step aside from the hustle bustle of everyday life.
Sometimes you just need to do that. You need to get out from the busy life that you're living and just not have that burden in your shoulders for at least a day or two.
Okay. My recommendation for the week to the jantas would be, think about what we proposed to you at the beginning of the podcast. If you think it's interesting for us to, it would be interesting for all of us to hang out, learn from each other, to do something. Just throw in some ideas, right? Can we do that? How can we do that? Would you be interested? Would your friends be interested? Because Silwal will not fail, so you'll probably do a good job out of it.
So
I think Silwal wants to share something.
yeah, so this is a new segment that I want to bring in today for this very special 10th episode. I was reading this articles, a few years ago, but I want to share it. It's called How to Connect Deeply with Anyone in Under 5 Minutes.
Okay.
So there's a list of questions. Let's play this with
Before you explain about this, is this the technique you use to, serenade girls?
I don't think so. I've used it like 2-3 times. It's not worked.
You shouldn't have said that, when the listeners would not listen to you.
Well, I'm sorry. I take that back. It worked. It worked like
Yes,
a charm.
it worked.
So the thing is, this game will reveal incredible things about whoever plays it. You might just make a friend out of a stranger. You might know a few things. So just play along with me. So what I want you to do is I want you to, Satyal, because you're playing this, you're my guinea pig.
Okay.
I want you to imagine a desert.
Okay.
Stretching out as far as your eyes can see in the desert. All right.
Yes.
There is a cube. Don't tell me what it is. Just tell me. All right.
What do I tell you?
Imagine that there is a desert.
Okay.
And it's as big as you can imagine.
Yes.
And in that desert there is a cube.
Okay.
Imagine that cube.
Okay.
All right. Your first task is to describe the cube. What does it? Don't tell me though.
Okay.
What does it look like? How large it is? What is it made of? What
Okay.
exactly it is? Just keep it in your head.
Yes.
All right.
I'm doing that.
Now, as you look at the desert and your cube, you notice there is a ladder.
Okay.
All right. Now, your second task is to describe the ladder. What is it made of? How big is this? Where is it in relation to the cube?
Okay.
All right. So the audience can do this at the same time. Now you can imagine that there's a horse. This
Okay.
desert does not make sense. There is a
Yes.
horse now.
Definitely.
All right?
It's
Now,
ridiculous.
Your third task is to describe the horse. Most importantly, where is the horse? What is it doing? Is it going anywhere?
Okay.
Is it standing still? Whatever it is. All right. We're nearly there now. Before we end, I want you to imagine there are flowers.
Okay.
Right? In front of you, there are flowers. Your final task is to describe the flowers.
Okay.
How many are there? What do they look like? Where are they in relation to the horse, the cube, the ladder, and the sand? All right.
Okay.
So did you do that?
Yes.
All right. So the final question is: in that desert, there is a storm.
Right.
All right. What type of storm is it? Is it near? Is it far? What direction is it headed in? Just imagine that.
Okay.
Does it affect the horse, the flowers, the cube, or the ladder?
Okay.
Just imagine that. All right. So there is no going back from now. Just quickly tell me, what did you imagine when I asked you the questions? The desert,
Okay,
The
I have to describe everything
yeah,
now.
just
There's a small cube.
Yeah.
It's white in color.
All right.
Okay, and there's this ladder made of bamboo.
Okay.
And there's this horse which is like brownish in color.
Okay.
And
Where
the-
is it in
यो
relation
ठ्याक्कै
to?
अलाइन भएको छ एउटा लाइनमा एकदमै
Okay,
सिमेट्रीमा
there's
छ.
all in
And
line.
there's this flower which is resting nicely on the ears of the horse.
Okay.
And the sandstorm,
Yeah,
it's
the
somewhere
storm.
far. It does not affect anything.
All right. So I'll quickly tell you this. The cube is yourself. The size is ostensibly your ego. All right.
Oh, very
A
small.
large
Good.
cube means you're pretty sure of yourself. A small cube is you're less so.
Oh
All
man,
right.
I'm not as sure as you are. about yourself.
You know the placement. Where was the cube placed?
Somewhere on the right hand side.
All right. The vertical placement of the cube is how grounded you are. Resting on the sand, you're probably down to earth. If it
Yes.
was in the sky,
It's
you know,
down.
your head is in the clouds. The cube's material, if it's transparent, white, as you said,
White.
so, opaque cubes are more protective of their minds. Glowing, you are a positive person.
Yes.
All right. So the thing is, the ladder represents your friends.
Okay.
Right? Is your cube near to your friends?
Yeah, somewhat.
All right. So the horse represents your dream partner.
Woohoo!
Right? The type of horse reveals a lot about what you
So
earn,
she probably have a flower in her
what
head.
you yearn for in a partner. Some people see a steady brown workhorse, or a shining Pegasus or something like that. So is the horse near the cube? If it is near the cube, then
Nowhere close, man. I think that pretty much sums me up.
All right. And the flowers, they represent children. All right. The number
Oh.
of flowers relates how many you imagine having.
Just one.
All right. And the storm signifies threat. Where
Okay.
is the
It does
threat?
not affect us at all.
All right. So it is
Yeah,
going away
yeah.
from you. All right. So just these questions, right? If
That
you
was
ask
lovely, man.
If you just ask these questions to a stranger or to a friend, you already know what ego they have, right? The kinds of friendship they're looking for, the friendship that they hold near or dear. These are some questions that really brings out a very personal answers to it. So that's just knowing someone deeply.
Yeah,
and
Silwal
understanding
is
it.
teaching you how to find a date for yourself and try to make that
I
connection.
would not call it a date magnet. I don't think it's
Just use it, man. Just use it on whoever you can talk to. The idea is to have a conversation.
just
That's
to
what
have
we
a
are.
conversation, just to know that person, instead of just asking where do you live, what do you
What
eat.
do you do?
can
What is your
ask-
name?
Yeah, you can ask these
Name is
deep
okay.
questions. Right? Sometimes naam mein kya rakha hai, right? All right. Anyways,
Before we let you go,
Yeah.
there's this section called #PaidForward. So Silwal, I know you did something really wonderful.
yeah. So
You're-
today
once
I
you're
was
coming here.
I was on my bike. There was this kid who finished his +2. He's doing his 11. He passed it, and he was like, "So where is Tumbare?" So I was like, "Okay, the place is there, Rabani." But I had this sense where I was like, "Okay, I'm going near. I'll just drop you there." So I just did that. So if you have an empty seat on your vehicle, just ask
Just
that.
continue the carpool trend,
Yeah.
right? Just do that. So that's the #PaidForward for the week, right? So with that, I think we come to the end of the 10th Tuesday of 18 Minutes with Satyal and Silwal.
I hope you've liked it. If you did not like it, it's okay.
It's okay.
we are not taking.
If there's
ourselves
anyone who's
seriously
bothering
at
you,
all.
just forward our link to them, and they'll probably get annoyed as well.
Yeah.
And we'll have more reviews in the process.
All right.
So we'll be back again next Tuesday at 7:30 on
A
YouTube
little more
and on
serious,
SoundCloud.
probably,
A little more serious, probably, but we cannot guarantee you anything.
because sometimes you need.
Do not take yourself seriously.